Hi, it's Kamon Reynolds, and it is getting late. I did not mean for this video to get so late, but the lighting should be good enough to do what we're fixing to do, and that's take care of some small hive beetles in the method that I prefer. Now, we're going to be covering probably a couple different, well, I know at least a couple different types of small hive beetle controls, but this is the #1 thing that we do. The thing of it is, with any pest, it's better to keep them small. With Varroa, don't let them get out of control or you're going to get viruses. With small hive beetles, don't let them get out of control or they're going to make a mess of your colony and ruin your combs and even cause your bees to abscond and, you know, just all kinds of bad stuff. All of those things. You've got to take care of it. The ounce prevention is worth a pound of cure. I used to hear that all the time as a kid. And just like life does, you find that your parents knew a lot more than you did. And payback stinks. But anyways, here we are trying to learn from our mistakes. And hopefully you can learn from some of mine before you make them. So we're going to be using this product right here. Now some people say they can use Swiffer sheets, but this right here works a little bit better in my opinion. Swiffer, I think there might be different grades of Swiffer. I don't know, but what little I've used with Swiffer, they're not as effective. Now this right here is a product that's used for polishing fine china and stuff like that. It is made by Brawny and it's called Dine Max. There's a little word right there. And I'm not affiliated with Dynamax in any way. If I was, I'd probably say it like, and get Dynamax products or something awesome like that and have like a flannel shirt on or something like that, but I can't really grow a beard. So anyways, let's get to the product. So this stuff right here you can get from Mann Lake. I looked on Amazon and a couple other places, but you have to buy like bulk boxes, which would be fantastic if you have a few hundred hives, and that's what we have. But so this is half of a strip. I ripped it in half, and we're just going to, this is where the Brawny part comes in, I guess. What are you laughing at? Shame on you. And if you're laughing on the other side of this screen, shame on you too. Alright, so we've got ourselves a piece about yay big. Scissors or a razor or something like that would be recommended. Now we are going to throw this in here and then we're going to see over the course of time how the bees take these microfibers. You can kind of see the fibers right in there. And they are going to take that, but they can't really get it off of this, so they're going to fluff it up and the small hive beetles are going to get caught in here. Now again, small hive beetles will reproduce after they've gone out of your colony and into the ground. They'll pupate and turn into an adult beetle within 3 to 12 weeks. So you can have low populations, but if you're creating a lot more, then you're just building up populations. And that's why I think whether you use this method or another, you should constantly be taking them down as well. Let's get this on. It's pretty simple, but again, I'm going to leave a description in this video. Not a description in this video. I'm going to leave a link in the description below so you can go down there and see how these things worked for my buddy in Hawaii. Now, we did a really good job with controlling small hive beetles last year, and we don't really have a big problem with them this year. I've gotten a little lazy this year. Look at that split right there. Man, doesn't that make you happy? Sorry, girls, we're going to have to go the long way around. And we're just going to set this in the corner. Don't wear shorts and keep bees. We're just going to take this one piece, and we're going to stick it up in here. Now, small hive beetles in a strong colony always get bullied and have to go to the outsides of the boxes and stuff. Well, I got one in the veil with me. I'm going to get a better veil. I'm planning on it. Alright, so just stick it in there like that. And the bees are going to fluff it up. Then the beetles are going to get caught. But try to keep it towards the edges because a strong colony like this is going to force those beetles to the edge. And that's another reason why we don't really use inner covers. Because small hive beetles look for any crevice to hide and keep themselves away from the bees. Another thing that you probably didn't know, get away from me, is smoke follows beauty, right? And, oh, I can't talk. So one thing about small hive beetles is they actually can trick the honeybee into feeding them. It's really upsetting. So they'll overwinter with the cluster, but they know how to basically create a stimuli, rubbing their, I believe it's their antennas with the bees, and they cause the bees to give them a little bit of the nectar that they have in their stomach, or the honey, and that's how they can sustain themselves. So if the beetles can find crevices, they'll sit in there and wait for an opportunity to find a place to lay their eggs. But they'll just, that's how they're able to exist in your colony. They're really not going around and just feeding on all of the food around. They're actually getting the bees to feed them, which is absolutely frustrating. But so hopefully what this is going to do, because there's really no good place for the beetles to hide. I'm doing the whole Porky Pig thing again. Can't say anything. And they can't really find a place to hide in this hive. And so they're going to be running around constantly bullied by the bees, and they're going to run through this area, and you're going to see it. But watch that little video below. Oh my goodness! Look at all the pollen. I'm so happy. Okay, watch that video below, and you'll get to see all the small hive beetles that were caught by my buddy in Hawaii. And before I stutter again, it is time to end this video. Thanks for watching.